Here we have a video brought to you by 118ink.com, and what we're trying to do is unblock our in cartridge. This is a very common problem if the cartridge hasn't been used for a while, or maybe you took it out to change it and left it on the side, and it doesn't take long. You know, it can only take 5 minutes or so and the cartridge is blocked. And you know, unless you do something like this, you have very little choice but to throw the cartridge away. So the first thing is to explain that this cartridge was printing very little. It had a tiny amount of writing. And then after a couple of pages, it actually went blank. But I know for a fact that the cartridge has ink in it. I can tell by the weight, and I can tell by the fact that the counter on the printer is saying that it should be 3/4 full. But we hadn't used the printer in a while, so I know from experience that it's going to be just dried out a little. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to give it a wipe with some warm, damp cloth. And this is quite warm water on here because, warm water is going to work a bit better. So just make sure that's all clean, no bits of ink on there. So I'm pretty sure though that that's not going to be enough. That can actually be enough sometimes, just wiping it to get your cartridge going again. So to test it, we're going to hold this up against this tissue, and what we want to happen is we want some ink to be drawn out onto the tissue, and that will give us a good idea whether it's working or not. A tiny speck, so basically it is blocked. So the next thing to try is this water here has got like it's 20:1, so 1 part bleach and the rest water, so a tiny amount of bleach, but bleach is really good for shifting ink. So we're just going to put a small bit on here. So this water is quite warm, it's about 50 or 60 degrees. So we boiled the kettle and we left it for 10 minutes. So what you want to do is you're going to hold that down and onto that. So the heat from the water and the fact it's got a little bit of bleach, etc., is going to work in there. And I'll leave that for about 20 seconds or so. So this is a really good method because the bleach in particular works great. But once we've done this, we're going to wipe off the bleach because we don't really want bleach left on the cartridge. So I'll show you the next step in a second. So you can see that is starting to work there. So we'll just get that a nice clean off. So we want to make sure there's no bleach or anything on there. So now we've got this water. This is just plain water, and it's actually deionized water, but you can use water that you've just boiled, or ideally if you had a Brita water filter or something, put it through that. Or if you have deionized water, you can get it in any hardware store. It's like really cheap. Even Poundland are selling it now. You can get a litre for £1, obviously. So that's now normal water. We're going to press that on there again, and this is not only a bit of warmth is helping again, and as well you're diluting the bleach further, so we don't really want to leave bleach on it. So you can see that's starting to work. Right, so we're gonna do that. Just make sure there's no so we'll just leave that a little bit more. So we dry that off. All I'm doing here now is make sure I've not left any bleach on the cartridge, because it will corrode this. So that is, you can smell that even though there's no bleach on there now. So right, what we're going to try and do now is I'm going to put that on there. We'll go back to stage 1. Just press down quite hard, and again, right. So it's a no now. So what we have here is a tool that we use, and it's a priming tool. So I'll show you another method. You can get these on our website 118ink.com, and this tool basically is going to help us suck some ink out. So it is sucked out very easily. So that is more or less unblocked. But now I know that not everyone's going to have one of these tools. Like I said, you can buy it, but this is a free method. So what you can do is literally flick down like that about 10 or 15 times, and what you're doing is you're forcing the ink down lower in the sponge. And if we check now, hold that on there, just leave it for about 10 seconds. And there you go. Now that is, believe me, perfect. You wouldn't get better than that. I'm pretty confident now compared to what we started with, that little dot to that. Pretty confident that this cartridge will continue to print now. Thank you very much.